Welcome, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining us. And this is me, Athantron, and Angel and Kim, aka the film combatant over there, wearing his Invincible shirt, which we have to find out where he got that material. Oh, okay. Fair enough. And then Nicholas Clark, see you're here first as usual. Way to stay strong, my man. And then Mecha Ginger. I am sure I'm mispronouncing your name every time I try to say it. Uh, Good to see that you made it second. And I'm going to dim this light, put on some more lights, get my invincible mood lighting on. Be running. Now, that usually is advisable. And we got some more people chiming in. That's excellent. So, Kim, how you doing? Fantastic. It's okay, Kim. I know that's how you say my name. It's doing good. Yeah. Glad it's Friday indeed. Let's see. Nicholas Clark, he's staying strong. Got that. And then, oh, Mega Gingers says he camps the room. Only reasonable thing to think. Well, he wants to be ready. He wants to be ready to. They were talking about Nicholas Clark being the first. That's why. They want to. You need to be first in line. You know what? That's respectable. Oh, it's Mecha Gengar. Like the Pokemon. I don't play Pokemon. Or watch the cartoon. I'm sorry. Yes. 100%. No, he turned his head. And then continue walking again. As Obly Joblies, are you asking to see if Andy's going to be here tonight? Oh, Zoe's here. And they had to get a refill on their wine. Okay. I mean, I got some tea, I got some cider, I got a Stellar. I'm going to go down the line. Your camera looks frozen right now. It's very accurate. Wait, can you guys not hear my brother? Yep, that's my fault. I've had Angel muted the entire time.
Oh, that's why nobody's laughing at my jokes.
This is fair. This is very fair.
Too
Uh,
funny.
Obly Joblies, Andy would love to be here right now. He did tell me that he's not going to be able to be with us for starting on the stream because he's stuck with the, I wouldn't say stuck. He is with the kids right now. So by the time we
Aw.
get started, he's probably still working with the kids or trying to get them to sleep. Um,
So he's on daddy duty.
He's on daddy duty, so he's probably gonna start watching after he gets the kids to sleep. If we're still up, he might join.
Mhm.
But he's been wanting to support us, so we'll take any support we can. I know either way, if he doesn't show up tonight, I will actually be probably texting him after I confirm he's watched the episode, because him and I actually
Okay.
do talk about this show on our off hours. So that's gonna definitely be a thing. And Nicholas Clark. So this is going to be your third time watching? Oh, you know the rule. No spoilers.
Yeah. But hopefully he can chime in on whether we're going to be entertained or not.
Oh, yes.
Where?
Oh, I did have one friend that they texted me this morning and they go, "Did you watch the episode?" And I immediately replied, "No,
Shut up.
don't say anything."
And tell them to shut up.
And they're like, "Oh, but one thing." I'm like, "Fine," which I'm not gonna say. And but I was like, "Okay." And then we started talking about Mortal Kombat.
Did you finally see it?
Yes, I did.
And what's your quick thoughts?
As a film, it's probably the better of the three. Annihilation still at the bottom. Mortal Kombat is gonna be second. It is definitely better. Story wise, actually, I kind of like the story more on the first Mortal Kombat than I do this one. But fight wise, graphic wise, is better. I have flaws with fight wise.
Overall, yes.
Yeah, overall fight wise. That's what I mean.
But still, it was cool. In my opinion, it wasn't. What it was is like.
I gave it a C. Let me be frank about that.
Well, the thing is for me in Mortal Kombat, it's the what do you call it? Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. Everything with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
Awesome. Those guys, those two actors are amazing. I mean, whatever Sonata is on the whenever Sonata's like on the camera, he's like Donnie Yen. Like he has such charisma. Whenever he's on the screen, it's like that. He's just drawn to him, and the way he acts and the way he moves. The other guy, I can't remember his name, but he's he's been he's in the Raid. He's in a lot of those movies. He's in Warrior, which can be seen on HBO Max. And he was also in Fast and the Furious, one of the films, I think 5 or 24, I can't remember. But anyway, he's in that, and those guys are good. I mean, this is in my opinion, I thought it should have been a different name instead of Mortal Kombat because it's an actual prequel.
Yeah.
To Mortal Kombat, but I mean, because the heir of Scorpion is the right. I have some issues. Maybe we should talk about that one day and just
really break that down.
Yeah. Why is this thing going off like this? I'm having trouble with my camera.
Well, while the film combatants solving their video technical issues, hello, Stormy. She says hello to everybody.
Hey.
Let's see here. And then Mecha Genjer. They're replying to Nicholas Clark. Third time. So what? Fourth time is on Sunday? I'm okay with this. I'm going to rewatch everything on Sunday. Thank you very much. Especially because I figure Saturday I'm going to go through and binge read the books.
Well, I did that.
Oh, there's still a lot more to do, I'm sure. But I'm wanting to read the books so I can do a full-on comparison between the two.
Well, I think we should say that because I did read up to this episode in the sense of the books.
Okay. And
we could do maybe a comparison of what they did different in the series so far in comparison to the book. Because I was reading, I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is this person is this person is that. So maybe we can do that after we talk about the episode, and then, like I said, we can just do a comparison to the book, and then we can probably take a guess because, when this was greenlit, also a live action movie was greenlit to do.
True.
So maybe we can guess of how they're going to approach it differently. Will they use the book? Well, of course, this used the book as the influence, but will the live action movie use the animated series as the influence in the sense of the characters and the character development and all that stuff?
It's a good possibility. I mean, there's also the fact that they have the season 2 and 3 announced, and they're gonna
but that was
look at that.
Yeah, that was a given.
It should have been. All right. 1 second. I'm looking for a bottle opener. You never find one when you need one.
I'm just going to change my graphic. Why is my... I don't know what's going on with my freaking camera here.
Oh. All right. So let's see. Mega Gender. Oh, they were talking about Cole from Mortal Kombat still. Literally has a plot armor as his power.
A what armor?
Plot armor.
Plot armor?
You know, like how Batman has plot armor? Like Batman always wins because he's always prepared. He's in stories. They call that plot armor, where the writer just always writes into his favor.
Oh, yeah.
And Zoe says, I like how Angel is secretly flexing with his comic knowledge.
Oh, there's no secret. It's just that I read the books. I reread the issues. I'll probably be doing the same thing for Shang-Chi, which I have not. I have not read the new ones in the sense of the recent ones. You read the recent ones because I'm familiar with the 1970 80s version.
It's only like I've only read the last like 5 issues, which is like they just started the new volume. That's all there really is. So I can let you borrow them.
You can.
It's free. Yeah, it just talks about him and how he's like taking over the organization, and he has a sister.
Shh.
Oh, for Shang-Chi?
Or Shang-Chi, or Shang-Chi, or however you want to call it.
It's Song now. We've been wrong for like 40 years.
No, Zhong. I mean, I never knew an A sounded like a U, but now it's
like someone spelled it out. It's like Song.
So the H is silent.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Song.
I thought it was Shong.
I don't know, man. Like that's how it was supposed to be. And where's my bottle opener? Son of a.
I don't know. Use your teeth. Good. I'm ready to watch. I'm just ready to see how they do this one. I'm ready to see how they do this one.
Oh, let the drinking game begin. So what's the drinking game?
Oh yeah, what's the drinking game?
We gotta set some rules. We gotta set the foundation.
Mecha Ginger, in fact, for Iron Man 3, I love the fact that they did what they did with the Mandarin. I was gonna say Mandalorian again.
Mandalorians?
I was gonna say that again. But the Mandarin, how they played it, where Ben Kingsley character we thought was the Mandarin, and then it was just some actor. And I think I was the only one in the theater that cheered for that. Because it's just a nice like topsy turvy. It was like all ploy and stuff like that. And
you probably were the only one.
I thought it was great. I thought it was like, yes, I love it. I love the twist they did. I love the switcheroo, whatever. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
See, you know what? I have to double check to see if they're really gonna call that character in the Shang-Chi trailer, the Mandarin.
What?
Because like his toy.
No, he is. He is the Mandarin. They changed it that the Mandarin.
Because if you look at the toys that came out, they don't title him the Mandarin.
Right, but it's supposed to be for. I think in the books, isn't it books the Mandarin is his son? Because they had to change it because it wasn't appropriate because the original was Fu Manchu. That was the original. Father.
It was Fu Manchu, so they did change it to a different name. I mean, I like the style of the rings that they're doing, but I don't know if that's going to be the official rings. We'll wait until the movie comes out.
They're talking about now the rings instead of the finger you'll if you gotta rewatch the trailer like I did, and I saw some people also break it down. Yeah. And he's wearing the iron rings like you saw like in Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah, no, I remember. I made that reference, the man with the iron rings, like in the old school Kung Fu movies.
Those are the things. Like, I guess that represents him, like he's the king or he's the lord, or it represents power in the sense of where it came from. I think it came from what's the other dragon? in a series.
I forget. They reference
Fang
it.
Fang
Fing Fang Foom.
Fang Fing Fang Foom. That it's like from him, and he had them, and then the Mandarin got them, and he wears them. So those are the 5 rings on one hand, 5 rings on the other arm. Excuse me, and that makes it the 10 rings.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay, so, well, I was given time for letting people to join us.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do. Should we do like a quick recap of 1 through 7, like super quick?
Sure, if you want. You shit. Okay, I was just watching it today. As much as I can. I got to episode 6. So, you want to do the intro? You want to do the intro?
Sure.
Official intro.
Official intro. We'll make it official, everybody. It's gonna be official. Okay. I gotta get ready for this. La 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 la. For those drinking, I digress. Anyways, now I want to say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're about to get ready to start doing the watch party for the finale of Invincible, episode 8, season 1. But right before we get started, we're gonna do a quick little recap for those of for everybody to jump in. It's been about 5 weeks that we've been watching this now.
No. Yeah. Well, yes.
They did
one night. One night was like multiple. Was 3 episodes.
Exactly.
One night, I believe. Yeah.
So just to kind of refresh everybody, and as fast as now I can't talk, as fast as possible, we're gonna recap the story so far by the film combatant himself, Angel.
Well, welcome, guys. Yes, to recap, episode 1. Episode 1, we meet Mark Grayson and Omni-Man, Nolan, and his mother. Who's the mother again? What's her name? Great. Awesome. Yeah. So anyway, we find out who they are. We just get introduced to them. Mark Grayson, who is invincible, he does not have his powers yet. He's waiting for that day to happen. And in there, through episode 1, we find out that he does get his powers, and then his father, Omni-Man, starts to show him around the ropes. Gets his costume, tries to test it out, tries to learn. He gets beat up by his father, doesn't like it, but then he gets used to it. Fast forward through that. At the end of that, we see Omni-Man become a villain, if you will, where he destroys. I'm just skipping over real quick because I know I'm missing parts. That he destroys this team, and the team is called
Team.
No, that's not the team that he killed.
Guardians.
The Guardians the Guardians. So he kills the Guardians, which was a shocker because no one saw that coming, because they were all buddies. They were all not co-workers, but they all were the good guys, and they worked together earlier in the episode, destroying the clones. All right. Then that fast forward to episode 2, and we see that Omni-Man is in the hospital being taken care of. Mark then meets up into the team. They fight these aliens who age rapidly into our world, where their time frame is different. So they come back and forth throughout the episode, stronger and better. And then I'm messing up right here now. But they come back here better and stronger. And then Omni-Man is all healthy. He asks for his costume that's been bloodied and torn, and that'll be important later in the other episodes. He comes to Mark's rescue from those aliens, and he demolishes them on Earth, and then follows them into their world and obliterates that world to smithereens, which was like epic. That was an epic scene right there. And there we find also, what was that? Demon Detective?
Dark Blood.
Dark Blood. He's investigating who killed the Guardians. And so that starts off another side story, if you will. And then from there into episode 3, we are. Am I wrong on this one? I want to say no, because I saw this kind of confused. I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down, but I may be getting confused. The funeral happens. No, that is the episode 3. No? Yeah, episode. You weren't even here. Episode 3. The episode. So there's a funeral for the Guardians because it was announced that yes, that's what it was. It was announced that the Guardians have dead. It's been known. It's been shared on the news, and even though Omni-Man killed the Guardians, he acts as their representative in a sense. He gives the eulogy. He speaks on their behalf and stuff like that, unbeknownst to them. Then from that happening, since there's no Guardians, Robot from Team Teen is promoted to as leader of the new Guardians, and he has to go through and hire the new members. In that episode, you see Eve and Rex from Teen Teens, who were a couple. She finds out that he was cheating on her with Duplicate, who's they're having an orgy in the shower. I think I should have shown that. But anyway, that happens. I know I'm screwing this up really bad. So I'm going to send it to you soon, Alan, if you can remember. And then, where was I?
Duplicate orgy.
Yes,
Rex.
yes. So Robot forms a team. He has a team of Black Samson, Rex. Used to be Eve, but she turned it down. Duplicate, Monster Girl, and
Shrink Ray.
Shrink Ray, who's she's on the team, and then they go through their troubles of try to be a team and work out as a team, but they're not really having it. And then we find out through that Monster Girl, she becomes strong like the Hulk, but it's a magical spell. Every time she changes, she gets younger. She's actually 25, but it looks like she's 14. I want to see what else is on that episode. That's pretty much on now on episode 3. On episode 4, Mark pretty much on a long run. They're still finding out who killed Guardians and trying to do that. But Mark goes to Mars. He takes because his father, Omni-Man, doesn't want to do it because he knows something's up, so he doesn't want to be taken out and go there. So Mark in his dad's place goes to Mars. Oh, I forgot one of them. Episode 2, we meet an alien who's named Alan that Invincible meets, and is this guy who's he does assessments of the top dog of each planet to see if he's still worthy of being the protector of that planet. But unbeknownst to him, that he thought Earth was Urath, and then Mark says, "No, dipshit, this is Earth," and that's it. But we'll see him later on as well. That's in episode 2. And now let's go back to fast forward to episode 4. How much time we have left? So episode 4, Mark follows the NASA team, the astronauts, to Mars on this exploration. And through that, he finds another life form that is kind of like Starro in DC, where they can control the mind and take over the person's body. But if they can take over one, the eclectic can actually have control in numbers. So that's the big ordeal there that happens. And all through all this, Mark is also trying to deal through episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so forth. He's also trying to have a relationship with a new girl named Amber. And that's going ups and down, topsy and turvy. It's not looking very well for him. But that's pretty much episode 4 in a nutshell. Episode 5 is, what was episode 5?
Doesn't he go to his friend's college?
That's episode 6. So that's what we're just watching. So.
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast, right. So in episode 1, Mark met a guy named, who was the rock solid guy?
Titan.
Titan. So they meet up again. We see Titan he starts off the episode. We see that he's more like a henchman for the Tin Man, or the what's that guy's name? I can't say.
Machine Head.
You see, Machine Head. You see how I pay attention to some things and I don't with others. So Machine Head. Machine Head is like gangster warlord kind of guy, and in the town. And Titan is struggling. His wife is a waitress. The daughter, is dealing with some illness and stuff like that. So, but he's, down on his luck. He's trying to make things right. So he gets Invincible to help him take down Machine Head. And through that, all hell breaks loose because Machine Head knew it was coming. He knew that he was going to be double crossed. That he hired these guys, and one beast who?
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast, that's a bad ass. He's like Thor and Lion-O and the Hulk mixed into one character, and he pretty much kills Mark in a sense. He brings him down to the edge of death. Samson and Monster Girl. But there in that fight that happens at the end, we see the new Guardians actually become a team. Prior to that episode, there was a fight that they had trying to save a town or a city, and they were not working as a team. 22 people were injured. And in the end of this episode, we see them come together, working as a team, working fluid, so like that. Even though they didn't really succeed in stopping what happened, they did become a team, and it did work out in that favor. Again, and then we see also, I know I'm skipping a lot of stuff, and we see a close relationship develop with Robot and Monster Girl towards that end. And we see
Mark gets severely hurt.
Mark gets severely hurt, like he's almost like so like that. But and through that as well, we have Mark's mom investigating more into what she was told by the demon detective, and she's figuring things out. In fact, he was taken out by the what's that guy's name? The Clint Eastwood character. Cecil. I mean, I don't know why I'm blanking out. Just you put all the pressure on me. Thanks a lot. So, anyway, Cecil puts away the detective devil because, and I'm screwing up the stuff. He takes him away, just to
sends him back to hell.
Sends him back to hell. Even though Cecil is with the detective in a sense, they both know or think they know who is the killer of the Guardians. They both think it was Omni-Man, but Cecil is trying to look good in front of Omni-Man not to set any signals off. So that happens, and the wife is being try to be two-faced as well, trusting, loving, blah blah blah, and then figuring things out, blah blah blah, and then figuring things out. That was episode 5. And episode 6, we come back, and then we see that Black Samson is resurrected. Monster Girl is still struggling. Mark is still trying to work out his relationship with his girl. In fact, that he and his girl go with his best friend to another campus to see his best friend Will's boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And in that episode, we see a sidetrack where this mad scientist kid makes androids or cyborgs, if you will, out of college students. And there, on one of the battles, his best friend Will knows that Invincible is Mark through that. And I am skipping a lot of stuff.
Keep skipping, that's okay. Highlights.
Eve becomes her own person. She leaves the team. She's independent. She's solo. She actually leaves the house. She wants to be independent, and she starts doing her own thing to help people that she can. She's want to take a break of all that stuff. And so she leaves her house, quits school, and stuff like that.
Doesn't shower.
Oh, but she does.
Oh,
does a little. She
it's like
cleans
dry.
herself. She
Is it
just
a dry shower?
yeah. I guess it's called an Eve shower.
Oh.
Yeah, Eve clean. So yeah, she has a house that's reminiscent of the Ewoks village.
It's like a tree house.
Yeah, the tree house. Again, I'm skipping, and then there's episode 7, which you can go through because I know I stuttered and messed up a lot.
Take it over.
Take it over, Alan. Episode 7.
Episode
last
7. Basically, there everything comes to a head. Nolan's wife, Debbie Grayson, I looked up her name. She decides to confront him, and he decides he needs to talk to his son. And it was at that moment everybody knew they need to stop Nolan. I was going to say something else, but I decided not to. Anyways.
But that was a real quick. You just went really quick. I was giving a lot of what happened? Like, why did he have to confront his son? Why did Nolan have to talk to him?
Because either him tell him or his wife tell him that she knew what happened to the Guardians.
No, right. I know. He goes, son, we need to talk.
But that's for discussion for afterwards.
No, but that was the last line. That was the last line of that episode. So what happened before in that episode? Like I just told you. You know what? I'm done. Forget it.
Basically, everybody tried attacking Omni-Man, and he just puts them all in their place with a little bit of struggle from a giant kaiju and the Immortal being resurrected again. Plus, we also get the body of a robot, fully grown into a teenager, and that gets presented to Explode and everybody, and they're all in an awkward position, having to come to terms that Robot is actually a little boy now, and they may have to fight Omni-Man. Was that bad?
But again, who is the little boy?
It's for Explode. It's a clone for Explode. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I digress. Anyways. So, I think everybody's...
only have one bottle.
Yes. Everybody should be up to speed now. And...
I hope so.
I would say, guys, if you haven't clicked onto the link already, it's already in the description of the video. Wow, we're
at 9:30 already. Jesus Christ.
And I'm gonna.
I digress. She told me to say it. So, and don't forget the clones. I know the clones. I know just so much. If I was going to go over everything, we'll be here at 10. We'll be watching the episode at 10 o'clock, and I gotta go to bed.
Bunda!
Bunda's been here the entire time. He's been rooting for you. He's
like, someone shoot me.
He's like, someone needs to have him hit the gym a little bit more.
Yeah, he does, right? I should have said that.
Your shirt is not looking as tight as it could be.
I know. She got me an extra large.
Okay, guys. So, hopefully everybody else has either got their Prime ready, which that should have given you guys enough time to, or click on the link. But and I'm gonna count down. In about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's do it.
Woohoo! Yay!
We're officially gonna be watching episode 8 now. Yay!
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, is it playing for you, Angel?
Yep.
Good.
Previously.
Well, shit. Here we go. Here's a previously. We didn't have to do the recap.
Yeah, I like making my brother suffer sometimes.
And I like making Bunda suffer.
That was such a great moment. Ugh. They literally just recapped all of episode 7 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and 5, and 4. Oof.
Oh.
Dude.
Obviously.
Ooh.
Damn. Oh, he's probably thinking it's one of those aliens from the Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. It's
Ooh.
just like the book. Just like the book.
Mm.
His hair wasn't gray there. Nah. That'd be a cool power.
I mean, you're not technically immortal, but
Yeah, I know, but you can live a nice long life. Pet.
oh,
Yeah, Mark.
watch your language, young man.
God, this is just like the book. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Ooh. Mm. She's the most composed one there.
I know. I don't know. Imagine her mom. She will not be that calm.
No.
See, I told
Ooh.
you. That's what it is. My side's bloody though.
Mm. Like, what is this gonna do?
They may, well, they may have found something in the blood. Hmm.
I feel like the animation style is slightly changing, which I'm okay with. It's like it makes the motion.
A little bit. Oh,
I'm liking the sound score, like the beat.
he's dead.
Uh,
You're not.
No.
Oh,
You knew that was going to happen.
yeah.
oh,
Some of the animation reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist.
I can see that. Ooh.
Wow. Whoa, whoa.
Okay, that was that's CG graphics right there.
Damn.
Ooh.
Just killed like 300 people.
Yep. If that, if not more.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Where's
The little girl died. Oh no, no,
she's
she's
right
still
there.
alive.
Now they died. See, now this is why the Guardians should be there to help damage control.
It's more for collateral damage.
Well, yeah, well, damage control in the sense like
Yeah.
to help out. He's holding the hand. The girl's arms are off.
Mm. Jesus. Oh, Andy's watching this now.
Who's watching?
Andy.
Andy.
There you go, Mark. Mm.
More,
Jesus.
more people are dead. Whoa!
Oh man.
Holy sh! Whoa!
Jesus.
First of all, that train should have been going. Should have not been coming that fast at the station.
Well, maybe it
It
was
should have
passing
been.
through.
Well, if it's on the express lane, yeah.
Oh God. Mm.
Oof. Mach 3.
I think he passed Mach 3. Like he's intentionally targeting all his spots with the populations.
Mm.
Jesus. Mm.
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 Mm. Oh, he's remembering.
Mm-hmm. The animation did change here.
Yeah. I feel like the budget went all to the fight.
But the change there too. The animation changed like about 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Bunda. They're playing baseball in this. Display his chin and everything. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's heartbreaking. Jesus. Taylor's still alive.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
They were only halfway through.
How they could put a needle in him? I thought his skin is impenetrable.
Well, he had a lot of broken orifices from the beating.
Okay.
Like, look at his jaw.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying, but there's not a needle in his jaw.
Mm-hmm. He's wearing the robot suit like Iron Man.
But differently because it's not the same
Yeah.
schematics in the sense of height.
Hmm.
Okay.
I have no idea when we're going to see Black Samson's powers.
I mean, he does not wear. He's not wearing the thing anymore. Did he
That's a
wear it on
that's a
the?
beautiful shot of the city.
Did he wear the armor?
Before, like right now, he's just wearing a suit, but he had a super suit before.
I know, but I'm talking about when he was helping with the rescuing and he's looking for any survivors. I
Mm.
remember him. So he got resurrected. I think he got his powers back.
By the way, Will Morris, that would be actually not bad at casting. Terry Crews as Black Samson. I still say Adam Eve is like the most powerful one, and no one realizes it.
Well, she doesn't anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I missed Andy's comment. He said, "I bet Amber feels like a bitch now."
Hmm.
His friend needs to learn to keep his mouth shut. He's looking better.
Hmm.
Hmm.
This is in the book.
Bonus says, "Adjust the temperature in the room, Angel."
You can fuck off.
Oh, I think he's being considerate of Kim.
No, she's always close. She has menopause now, so I don't know.
What are these?
Look at
Oh,
that. They resurrect him again.
well, he is immortal.
Well, only if you put them together. His parts have to be back together. He's not like Deadpool or Wolverine. So
So, so he just admitted they dope everybody in America.
Right. Fluoride in the water. Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely clear why he wasn't excited when Mark got his powers.
I hear your fan.
So sorry. Why is she here?
Because
Don't do it, Mark.
she's so different than her comic book
Sweet Jesus,
report.
Mark. I
Come
think
back.
they mean the Nolan that he was before they knew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come back and kill him.
No, just come back and be the man that they remember. I like his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Better not take chances.
Oh, well, that fell short. It's Alan.
Probably.
So yeah. He came to warn him. Boom. Yep. Have a seat. The tides have turned. Oh, those guys still.
Yeah.
I thought he destroyed the planet. Apparently not.
No, he just wrecked the hell out of him.
Oh, he's still alive?
Jesus. Who's this guy?
Oh. I gotta figure out who that guy is. Battle Beast. I remember seeing now.
Yeah, okay.
The other clone.
I love the fact that they have the security guard.
Yeah. Wow. That reminds me. Are you familiar with Operation Paperclip?
No. But I mean, Omni Man did give him a lot of samples to make more robots.
I know Operation Paperclip. That's something that really happened with the government.
All right, so I know Nicholas, you saw this before. Is there a post credit scene?
Just hold on. I'm just liking the song. Told you so.
I don't think there's a. Oh wow. Okay, I don't think there's a scene. It's just a fun song.
The soundtrack as this is amazing.
I'm probably
The
gonna look it
soundtrack,
up on Spotify. The soundtrack.
yeah, the soundtrack is awesome. Especially when that song they played when dealing with Omni Man leaving and they're all like reminiscing or we call it
All right, so oh my god.
beautiful.
Okay, so
Wow.
first I'm gonna say what up, Stefania. Thank you for joining us. Uh, Jesus, guys.
Wow.
Wow, I was perspiring just by watching the first half of that because it was so tense and it's just insane, insane.
That it kind of reminded me of in the same way how the Falcon and Winter Soldier season series finale and started the last episode in that sense where it just takes right off from the from the previous episode and goes right into the eighth episode or the last episode. I like that part in the sense of just right there into the fights or the communicating, what have you. It was a little slow here. They were talking, and then the fights happened. Where in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Captain America and Winter Soldier, the fight happened right away. Anyway, that was insane, and I loved how it was true to the comic version. Not all the way, but it was like very close to the comic version, and it was like holy crap. I mean, it was awesome. The dialogue, him explaining, where he comes from. In the comics, he always had like a different variation or how Omni-Man will go through how to explain to Mark, how their history, and he gave different variations in a way, or different times in Mark's life when he was younger, then he was an adolescent, what have you, blah, 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 trying to explain. But when he explained it there, in the real history of the Virtumites and what their purpose was, it was just like right on. And the fight, like the railroad, that scene with the railroad was with the subway car, excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever done in an animation sense. It was just so beautifully
Grotesque.
grotesque and captured in that way. It's just like how it's done and how it's like showing how violent and evil, I guess, Omni-Man is, or his upbringing was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Well, I mean, wow. Okay, so Omni-Man, let's go forefront. He is a soldier. I mean, he establishes in the lifespan of his people, the time he's been on this planet has been a speck in their overall life. Right. So he was trying to explain, like, in the most graphic way possible, that these people don't mean anything.
It was just showing, like, wherever he took the fight with Mark, he made sure that
there was people there.
There was casualties. Casualties going to happen. Like, they went to the ocean. He could have gone anywhere, but he had a target. He went through a yacht or a cruise.
Even to the mountains.
Cruise ship. There, yeah, he created an avalanche. He didn't care. It was just like, he just made sure casualties were going to happen through this fight. You know, it was kind of reminiscent also in the sense of Man of Steel, where he was like Zod, where he was just breaded.
Superior to Zod.
He was
superior. He was superior than Zod in that sense.
No shit. But I'm just saying, like, you know how like in Man of Steel, like there were engineered or made for a certain thing, right? Because they didn't cooperate or not cooperate. That's not a word.
Cooperate?
No, they didn't have sex.
Copulate.
Copulate.
Okay. They didn't have sex. You know, like Zoel and his wife did. You know, to make Superman, Clark, whatever his name. I'm not saying I can't remember his Kryptonian name right now. But anyway, they're the ones, you know, they had sex where before they didn't. They stopped from that, and so they engineered. You know, they like made like, okay, this one's gonna be like a architect. This one is gonna be a soldier. This one's gonna be a scientist. Blah blah blah. So they designed that, and that's how the Vetramites were in the sense, but they just made it one side in the sense they were all like soldiers. They were all serve a purpose. The strongest survived. They didn't care, so they did it from their home base, home planet, and then they ventured out.
I mean, to go on some of these notes, Mecha says Omni-Man should have indoctrinated Mark sooner. He became too human to be converted at that point. That's a fair point. And he kind of said that. He's like, he grew up soft. He didn't teach him the ways. He needed to be a tougher dad growing up.
Yeah, I mean, but this is how it is in the book. It's the same thing. Like,
oh, I agree. We're just like saying, like, on retrospect.
Well, yeah. I mean,
if he wanted his son to really be a Viltrumite, he should not have raised him as a human.
Right, but you know, in the book, you know how he met his mother. It was different. You know, here they didn't in the animation they didn't really go over how he met his mother and stuff like that, and so that's a little bit lost in that way. You know, they just, you know, in animation, the series, they just meet, but it was like they meet in a different way in the comic book.
True.
So it's just like, you know, he in the comic he became part of the planet just to, because he was like a sleeper cell.
True.
In the comic, because he was just waiting. He was posted there and waiting for the others to come in. You know, I'm not sure how that's going to be now in the animation, but in the comic, that's what it was. It was just a sleeper cell waiting for the command to like take them out. It was like that. He was just giving orders, and he was just waiting to. And then, you know, that got fast forwarded because Mark saw him kill Abraham Lincoln.
Exactly. No one kills Abraham Lincoln. That's, you know. Let's see. One thing I was going to say. Yeah, there we go. So Philly Cheese, as a comic fan, I have to say, glad it stayed true to the comic. I'm very impressed. Philly Cheese was the one that we were like, you should watch the show. Remember? Yeah. So I'm glad you did enjoy it. I'm happy it ended solid with this this episode. And I think they did a good job with the closing of the episode because it kind of wrapped up the season as well as laid the fruit and groundwork for the upcoming seasons.
Right. I agree with that, yeah.
Kim, I'm wondering, you know, what's your opinion on this episode? Like, how you feel about it?
Yeah, please help me keep awake.
No, I mean, it's compared to all the episodes. I mean, you know, you knew that everything was going to come to a head between Mark and his father, and it just, I mean, now it makes sense and everything. The only thing that I want to talk about is what up with Amber. All of a sudden she's like, oh, Mark, you know, before she's like, you know, you lied to me. You know, I have no time for you. you're done. And now she's like, oh, Mark, not only did you lie, but your father lied too. So, we're all good. That was a little, I don't know.
So I gotta put this out in the chat. Does anybody in the chat actually like Amber right now, or can they actually defend her? Because right now
It's hard to
I
defend
feel
her.
like she's like a bad influence on Mark.
She's like a weak link.
No,
No,
not
she
even that. She's just like
she's
really not good for him. So like she wants him to be a certain way that he's not going to be able to do.
That's what I'm saying. She's like
well.
a weak link in the sense of
This
like she doesn't make Mark a better person.
right. It's
Mhm.
more about like it's her. Like even though like through this you see some. She's not a selfish person. She's not a selfish person, but she acts selfish with him. In a
She
sense,
acts almost like holier than thou. Like, her whole thing is about, lying to her, you lied to me and everything. And I figured it all out myself, which, okay, if she figured it all out herself, then, but she didn't tell him right away when she figured it out, doesn't that mean she was also lying to him in a certain way?
Well, yeah, it's kind of like calling the kettle black.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
but then when his father, then finding out that his father was lying and everything else, then she's just like, he lied too, but it's okay. But wait a minute, you were all gung ho about him lying to you. So it's I don't know. It's
Well, I mean, granted, she is different in the comic. For one, she's white in the comic. Two, she's a little more like the spoiled brat, the one who's oblivious to everything and stuff like that, and me. Where in this version, obviously, she's not white. She's independent. Um, she gives back to the community, stuff like that. So that's like different in that sense. But she doesn't really give.
well, she just also did 360
Well, no, she doesn't. Her character overall doesn't really
or
give.
180.
Doesn't have a really give a. It doesn't really help move the story further, only in the sense of that him dealing with a relationship in that sense, but it doesn't really help him move forward or the story forward. It's kind of like,
Well, it goes back to because there was a time where Mark and Eve were getting very close, and then
well,
Amber came into the picture and stuff.
well,
That's
so
because
now-
like Amber has stepped away because she's like, I'm done with you. So Mark's like,
Yeah.
I can go to you.
well, because
Top it
he
down.
can really he can relate to Eve because she's a fellow superhero and stuff like that. She has powers, he has powers where Amber doesn't. But also a side note, in the comic,
Mm-hmm.
Will is not gay, he's straight. And he and Eve start dating. Hey,
We have
there's
a
Andy.
we have a surprise guest, Mr.
Yes.
Agni Senor. I just messed up his name.
And we
My
have-
bad. I've been drinking.
But
Holy shit.
We've all been
Yeah.
drinking.
But Will in the comic, Will and Eve start dating, and they start dating.
Spoilers,
because-
bro.
Well, no, Will in the animation, Will's gay, so how can there be a spoiler?
He could be bi. I don't
Yeah,
judge him.
everyone's bi nowadays.
Yeah, oh, gee, sorry. Well, and the thing is, in the
Well,
comic,
yeah. Now that his boyfriend, it's just got like
you
became
know,
a droid, and it's
maybe, but I mean, this is like before this is like the Omni Man, shows his true colors.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but no, I'm just saying how what they did differently in the book and they did in the in the series, which is great. I appreciate both and how this is done.
Mhm.
So I really like that aspect, how they changed certain things around that fit more of a modern time. Because originally the book, everyone was freaking white,
Mhm.
everyone except for Bulletproof and Black Samson.
That's true.
Everyone.
Rex was white in the book too.
Everyone wants. So now they have a little more diversity here, in the sense of ethnicity and sexuality and all this stuff. So it was a good upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of change the subject, so now the blood that keeps getting splattered in the
That's him.
That's his blood instead of the people's blood.
It could be
humanity's blood.
It could be both. It could be both, but it's mostly him. That's him from his father.
Okay.
So, but it could represent also the people that were,
the casualty.
the casualties.
Just in general, there was so much blood on the uniform. Whether it was his or casualties, it was just completely covered. Andy, I know you weren't originally supposed to be here, but you chimed in to watch the episode. So, what did you feel, brother? What did you feel?
I mean, it was intense. I love that they sort of just got to it right away and then gave you that massive backstory. Like they didn't waste any time because usually shows will sort of tease or can keep going, but no, they went right there. I mean, it was a little drastic for me because I'm like, well, why was he? Once he took out the Guardians, why didn't he just start then? Like it's a little, his motivation's a little still confused.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that he left and we had that flashback moment to sort of show that he is conflicted a bit. But yeah, the whole showdown between him and Mark was just really intense. Like it was dark. I don't know how the hell you would make that in a real movie. That's way too dark for a movie. Like to see some of those sequences in live action would be way too intense for I think people. I mean, that was like 9/11 mixed with like the worst, Hacksaw Ridge. Like I don't know how the hell you could do that to see it. So I mean, like to be able to see something go that dark and be that ballsy was kind of amazing, but also really intense. And then like the father-son part of it as a dad, I'm just watching, I'm like, Jesus, this is so sad. And then they kept cutting to the crying. Like I was getting emotional at a couple of points too, because you're just watching all the carnage and the blood and craziness. And you're just like, Jesus. But I thought the sequences were insane. Like they were so, that subway scene, holy shit. That subway scene was unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, part of me wants to see them do that at live action, but I don't know how the hell you could ever get that much. I don't think they could.
Nope.
Is the comic as bloody or bloodier? I mean, like it feels like they did not hold back any blood on this, especially this episode. Is that how it is in the comics too? Well,
it's not really like a subway. It's more of him just beating the shit out of his son. That's pretty much what it is. It's like he doesn't really go through like how they did it here. They took it to another level from the comic book, and the comic book is just, they confront each other, and he wants his son to join his son that says no, and he says so be it, and just beats this living shit out of him, right? Just on. Doesn't care about anything. Doesn't go and
throw him into
mountains or into streets
buildings,
or whatever. They just took it to another. They were showing how much he had disdained or disregard of human life. I think that's what they're showing here, in the series. In the comic, again, it's just him beating him shit up, and then Mark says something, and right before he throws, and Mark says that word like in that sense, and he just stops and he just flies away. So,
I
mean, it sounds like this sounds like this might have been an even cooler version of it, because they really got to get in deeper and really use the movie, the animation in a way that you can't really do in comics either. But it's kind of amazing how it's rare for that. Usually it's not, adaptations aren't as good, but they're able to take the adaptation but then add to it and really create more to it, which is just making it, I think, really fascinating.
Well, I think on that, because this is like originally done and written in 2003. So I think they're like, okay, since we can do it here, what can we make it different or make it better? How can we intensify the violence, or how we can bring it to 11 when we had it at 10 in the comics. So it's just like, I mean, I agree with you that in live action, I don't know how they can replicate that.
Recreate it.
If they focus more onto how the fight was in the comic, they'll be closer to replicating that. But replicating from what they did in the show just now, it'd be insane.
Well, I mean, what took this show next level was what you're describing almost feels like we've seen it a million times. Man of Steel, even like Matrix, like when you see Matrix Revolutions has that scene with Neo, where it's like just two guys flying around smashing the buildings. Like I've seen it. That's not really. it could be cool. It's interesting. It's still an interesting story point, but they took it to such an intense level of just sort of showing these people don't matter. And I can't think of another show that has gone that dark of just like children murdered and parents arms, limbs, and just enough.
Well,
there's nothing, but it also is like really important. I think I'm glad they went there because it's sort of like, that's what the threat would be. Like it is like, it makes it so much more serious and dramatic from a way you're like, oh fuck, if Superman was here and went dark, he could just do that. And I've never been able to, I mean, even what's it called? Blood, that stupid, I didn't like it, Bloodburn or whatever it was.
Oh, Brightburn.
No,
Brightburn.
Brightburn. It was cool. Like it touched upon it a little bit, but this went dark and went there. Like if Superman was shit and just was like, fuck everybody.
Well, the closest
this is what really would happen.
The closest we had was Man of Steel, when he fought Zod and all the other kryptonites. You know, when there was in a small town, in a diner and all that wreckage, and then the one in Metropolis where it was just pretty much as par of 9/11, all the dust and the debris, all that stuff. So yeah, that's the closest that we've gotten to that. But in a sense, we don't really we see the destruction, but we don't see the deaths. We don't see the blood spilled and stuff like that in Man of Steel, like we did here, where the blood just all over, body parts just flying. People are just, you know, we didn't see that in the Man of Steel, but we saw this here. And then Mark getting just people just running into him from the subway, they're just breaking apart on his body, which was like, oh my God, like it was, yeah, that was intense. I can see some people having trouble who survived 9/11 in New York, that, you know, they were in the subway and stuff happened and things like that. I mean, I can see how some people can have some, like I had some from seeing Man of Steel. I had some like kind of issues because I was, you know, I was there, but not exactly, you know, that
you're in the
zero,
city and you could see
it. City. Yeah, so I can see how like Man of Steel bothered me, so I can see how this bothered other people. It could bother other people who survived 9/11. So,
but
yeah, I mean, that's for sure true. I mean, but at the same time, it's like I mean, for those who can handle and watch it, it's refreshing in a weird way of just like seeing something you haven't seen, a comic book, like really push those boundaries and unnerve you. Like to me, that's what's really impressive about it. Like I didn't take joy in it, but it was just more like, holy fuck, that was. I mean, as an animation sequence, it was amazingly done, and like, but it unnerved me. You know, like I was disturbed. And I think that's, you know, the point, like and I've never really get to see heroes have to wrestle with that kind of realistic gore and stakes. Like Marvel does not give stakes like that. Age of Ultron, they save everybody and it's all happens on the side. But just to have a show where it's like, no, the people are really, you know, just going to be stomped on. It's intense.
Yeah.
So it's like, I thought it was an amazing twist of just like, what do you do? And I loved Seth Rogen's Alien coming back, because I sort of was like hoping that was going to happen, but I thought that was such a brilliant way to tease the future. And then I guess I'm assuming that I don't know where it goes, but I assume they just said it. The Viltrumites and him will clearly be now coming back, which then there's so much stuff that can now I could get the world of the planets. Like they've just. So it was like, well, where do you go next? But there's clearly potential here to open this up to even outer world crazy insanities, and I'm looking forward to it.
The funny thing is that those last few scenes where he goes like right before he says about high school, those hint at potential storylines that are from the comics that are going to become. I imagine they're going to acquire and do for seasons 2 and 3. The things with the invading aliens from the other dimension, the Martians. The brothers, the twins, they actually have very important character roles and story arcs that will actually make this one seem very almost minute in some cases. How their story arcs are. It gets crazier. And Stefania gives it a stamp of approval after this episode. It gave her the thrills of violence that she's been looking for.
She texted me. Yeah, no, I'm glad. It's one you got to sit through it. I can see why she was hesitant, but I don't know. After this one, I'm just like, I just love a show that actually has stakes now, and then will surprise you. Like it's so rare these days, especially superhero content.
Plus, I love that there was emotional content in this too. Like the intensity of the violence was there. Loved it, but the parts like where I actually got emotional. There was a parallel between Guardians 2 where like Kurt Russell's character is talking to Star Lord, and he goes like, "I loved your mom, but you know, I kind of regret putting the tumor in her head." It's like that moment, but done so much better, so
I
much
totally
better.
agree.
When he goes like, "She's kind of like a pet to me,"
It's like,
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I would just wanted to slap him.
ugh.
And
No,
and
it was
then
just-
he goes, "Dad." Even after he's like, it's like, what will be here after 500 years? What do you have that's left to fight for? What do you know? What would there be for you? He's like, Dad. He's like, you. He's like, even after
Didn't that
getting
give you
his
goosebumps?
ass whooped, he was still crying for his
Did that
father.
give you goosebumps?
Hey,
Well,
it's the best weapon. He used the best weapon.
But he used I guess it was also truth because they'll live for a long time. So it's like, well, yeah, no one else. It's just be you and me. So it was just like, I just like it because of how on that aspect part when he says we need to talk, it's just like it's like comic right to the screen, comic page right to the screen. That's why I was loving it. I was like, something just fell. But anyway, that's what I was like. I don't know if you saw, but I was like getting really giddy, being like like a kid again. Seems like they're just doing just exactly like I was like, and that's what I liked. And they had some freedom. They had some freedom, creative freedom on the blood and the gore stuff like that. But
But I
was
think
great.
it's funny when somebody says we need to talk. It's not really like we need to
It's not
have
a
a
good thing.
discussion.
It's not a good
It's
thing.
like I need to tell you something. It's more
Yes.
like it's not. It's just like it's not. We're having a discussion here. It's me telling you something that's like really deep.
Like everybody had that we need to talk, conversation. 9 times out of 10 is a conversation you're like, oh my god, I don't know if I really want to have this conversation or this.
Yeah,
is gonna go down.
it's usually like breaking up or something like that. It's usually when you start cutting that conversation with a girlfriend or boyfriend. That means okay.
But
here's
Mark
the
wasn't even
breakup.
hearing it when he goes, "We need to talk." Mark is like, "No, you're being brainwashed. Like, tell me what to
Well,
do. Tell me how to fix you." Like, he couldn't
Right.
believe what was happening to his father,
Right.
and his father's like, "Nothing's happening to me. This is who I really am."
I mean,
Yeah.
this battle scene too was almost as I always say. Well, this is better, but it was like the scene with Battle Beast and the Guardians in the penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
That scene was pretty gnarly and like vicious. That was awesome. It was a beautiful choreographed and filmed as well. So it was like they just like they were able to take it to another level with each episode, with emotion, with pace, and with violence. It was just
But
it's
this one was a little different because it actually showed like when he was trying to let the building not fall on him, and there's the little girl and the mom and everything, and he's trying to save them too
Oh,
and
that's
everything.
horrendous.
So it's like this scene took it took it a little more what's the word in the sense of it used kids it kind of tug at your heart a little more.
Oh, yeah.
And the other battle scenes was basically between superhero and
I mean,
Well,
correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Anybody here, like, it tied into episode 2 for me when they were going through that, because like episode 2 was the one with the alien invasion, and he tries to save the old lady, and the old lady gets broken in his arms, like as he's trying to save her, and I was getting flashbacks to that episode watching this because I'm like, he's trying to save people, fighting a force that's stronger than him, and he can't.
But he can't.
And then like even the one that he was holding on to, like all he could hold on was her arm, and everything else was gone. And Mark is gonna be mentally wrecked. Like there's no way he could be like functionally good. Understandably, he's gonna continue being a hero, yeah, but he's definitely changed for life.
Well, what's going to be interesting is what they're going to do with season 2 and 3, because I mean, how are they going to go like continue staying with the comics, because we are going to, I could say spoilers, whatever. In the comics, we get more, find out about Nolan or Omni-Man, like what he's done, because he's done certain things like can I say spoilers? Can I give some stories about that? Is that okay?
Don't go crazy, but I think general ones are okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, he's done clearly. He's lived longer than he's been
let's
on
just say
Earth, so he's done worse things possibly.
well, no, I'll just say this that the Omni Man is a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
I know what he's referencing. Okay.
Okay, so it's like kind of like that, a guy who liked to soil his oats. So in that sense,
because they're his pets, so he has a lot of pets.
Yeah, but it's not just Earth.
That comment. Who was it? Was it Will Morris that said it, or Nicholas Clark? That Omni Man likes to screw his pets.
Right, but
well, I love that. So that you're implying again without speculation, but the idea that he has partners or kids or other aliens and people across the galaxy just opens up so many amazing possibilities. That's exciting to know if that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's procreation.
Technically, they said their Omni-Man, the Viltrumite genes overpower everybody else's genes. So and they do crossbreed, and he's like, you're 90% or whatever percent Viltrumite.
Yeah. So you're not a mixed breed. You're not like
Viltrumite. You'll soon be 100%. Yeah. He's on his way. He'll take over.
But I love. That's why I loved just summing it up with the alien at the end to sort of realize, wait, you're not okay. You're not going to be an angry Viltrumite. You're against the Viltrumites, and he's so surprised. I love that tease of just like, oh, okay, so now we have the one to try and stop the all, and then he can get support because he clearly is going to need it. He can get support from others who have attempted maybe to not stand up to them. So I hope they go. I mean, that's something that happens, as I imagine as well. That tease wasn't just baseless.
No, yeah, it's just. I mean, of course, like similar to of Walking Dead, how, and they did it in the season. They started together, and then the comic book is one way, and then the animation went this way, and then they met back, and then they separated. Be by time or they changed the order of events, but it came back to here, and now they may see how it splits off and says what they say. Okay, let's do this story first, or bring this story arc into it, and we'll go back to this story arc. So, because we may just see it on season 2, all about either just Mark dealing with what just happened, or we just focus on Omni-Man and see what his backstory. They probably go deeper into his backstory. And things like that, and then on season 3 they bring it all in. That may happen as well.
Now, how long is the comic? Like, can they go past the 3? Is there enough?
There's like 20 volumes or plus. Like there's
144 issues. 144 issues. I want to say. And
it ended. It's over, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. It stopped. Yeah, it stopped around 100.
But there was a lot of.
I didn't read.
There's a lot of storyline to it.
I have to buy the 3rd omnibus.
The thing I just realized is the Viltrumite people are basically they're Kryptonians that decided we're gonna do the purge.
That's Zod.
He's like, we're gonna do the purge on our own people. That like they literally genocide themselves or the Hunger Games, just so that they could be like, we're the strongest now, and then that's it.
But wasn't Zod like that as well?
No, Zod is like wanted to keep purity by the genetic structure of programming. They're like, we're still gonna breed, but now we're breeding from the highest stock, and then we'll spread our seed elsewhere.
Right.
And which is insane.
It's so twisted, but it's great. It's something we haven't seen before. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's.
But it's true. It's like if Themyscira was just like that's exactly like all the weak are destroyed, and then they keep that. It's insane.
I mean the soundtrack.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was a good soundtrack.
They hit it out of the park on this series. Everything was just like, boom, boom, boom. I mean Seth Rogen is one of the executive producers, so he's been doing a lot of stuff where it's like he wants to keep it pure, but also room to grow and then bring it like he's like obviously you can say like he's a fan of this comic book, and so the love of what he had for this he put money into it, and so it was just like spend no expense, and let's just get this home runs.
I like the
with each
fact
episode.
that the music or the sound score that he chose during certain moments actually aided the attention of the show. Like you, my brother pointed out a while ago, like the first episode when they cut out the music on the main fight scene at the end, that like, and just listen to the sound of the hits versus like where I mentioned like episode 7, you could hear the heartbeat, and then like the music they use here where they had a steady pace and you could hear the pace, like they choose very good sound scores to aid in the tension. I love it.
It's just so important in animation, even more. I would argue even more, and yeah, it's so well done because you have to make it all. You can't steal any of it from what you shot. You know what I mean? You have to do it all in post.
It kind of is. It's almost reminiscent in a sense, like how they used the music. In a sense, it's like how Zack Snyder used the music in The Watchmen and in Justice League a little bit. More in Watchmen, because the music score and the music played in Watchmen was kind of like it moved the story with emotion and with pace like that. So it's kind of like similar in this sense too, which is like.
But I did want to chime in on one more thing. You mentioned it. I was saying in the chat, Amber sucks, but I love her character because I feel like it's kind of like a villain I sort of love to hate. Where because you said it, Don, like I don't think she's a good influence, and the fact that she just came back like as if she did nothing wrong. It's like I understand she was pissed and he wasn't the best boyfriend, but now as I was watching, I even joked in the chat. It's like, dude, like come on, do you get it now? Like what the fuck? It's like clearly it's kind of stressful for him to be who he is. And you apparently love him, like, so what's the deal? And then for her to just like come back, like, oh, I'm just so sorry. It was just very. I'm not a fan, but I kind of like. That's how it would be. He would be totally into her, whipped, whatever. Just sort of ignore the fact that maybe it's not the right time for that, or does he need to have that right now? So I kind of that makes it feel more realistic of a high school story, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like father, like son, he needs a pet too.
Exactly. And I also like the moment where they didn't know who Adam Eve was. That was kind of a mean, like, oh, you're the one. Oh no, oh yeah,
You're the one that duplicates.
No, that's duplicate. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
So okay. So
I don't like robot turning into a boy. It's a very. I'm regretting.
I
want to
say that was later in the comics, wasn't it, Angel?
Yes, later. Like I said, they changed the pacing. Granted, in the comic book, they do a couple of issues, you know, to get like grounding, what have you, to set the pace, whatever.
Yeah.
Use a couple of issues. Here, they just went bam, 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 and a lot. And like I said, they just used they moved around certain events, you know, and they rearranged some things.
I think with him being a boy, it's like his role as robot it's kind of like it's downsized in a certain respect, because it's like when he was robot, he was able to do things, but now he's a little boy and he has to be like Iron Man and be in the suit. It's kind of like he's like now
he
he's
puts
like
himself in danger too.
Yeah, he's like a little bit of an option.
But I think he wants to, like he with Monster Girl, so in a sense, like she can, since she's young, and even though she's older, she's young in stature, but he's trying to he wants to find a cure for her.
He's trying to lay the seeds of a relationship.
Right, so they can grow together. But that may backfire, because she may just, if he finds a cure to dispel that spell, she might just go right back to 25, where he stays at 14 or 13.
But do we know the time frame of when she turns into monster? So she goes back.
Yeah,
it's just every time she turns, she just gets she'll get bigger, but she'll also get younger. But it's like
but do we know the time frame of how much younger she gets? Like
we don't know the ratio.
She
said it.
She said a week.
Because she seems like she's been changing to monster, but she seems like the same little girl. Like
she's getting younger, but we don't know how many times she has changed since we're introduced to her.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a week, it's 52 weeks. She has 52 turns before she starts losing a year. So
oh, okay.
It would go by quickly.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So we'll see. But I think the robots, to hear that the robot that happened later makes more sense. I think them losing Zachary Quinto robot character was a huge mistake. They should have invested in him at least in their season. He was one of my favorites. And then they could have had that would have made sense as a 3 arc where it's like he's teased that with Monster Girl.
I think they still gave him credit on the credits. His name was still there. They may have changed his name or changed his voice, or he may have gone to like a younger voice. Because it could have still been him.
It's not. No, it's a different Poison Versus, but he might have done another character in the crowd or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
gotcha.
it is. I looked it up. Amazon lets you see who's talking. I forget who it is. It's another actor is doing the new voice of the kid.
Gotcha.
But anyway, that's my only gripe is Amber and that. But I kind of like that Amber's annoying. I feel like it adds more conflict. But I kind of was intrigued as it was happening, and then now that it's happened, I'm like, ooh, I regret that they did that. Why did they do that so quick? The robot was a really fun character, and
I think what they did was like, since this was the first season, they just went bat swinging. They just want to give everything,
put as much as they could in.
Yeah, like they did it with like Daredevil. Daredevil was the same thing. They wasn't sure it would be a hit, so they gave everything they could in the first season. So. Then they had in season 2 and 3, and Daredevil, they had to catch up or find different ways to get the story going. So I think that's what they did with this as well. They just went full blast, but they have a lot of source material to work with. So I mean, that's just why I think they probably went covered a lot of ground in the first season.
All right, so I gotta ask you guys, of the 8 episodes, and this is after coming off a huge ending of this, which episode do you think you're going to remember the most?
This one.
The finale, yeah.
This one.
Too disturbing.
I mean, I like this one. I also like Titan's episode.
Which one's that?
With the Battle Beast.
Battle Beast where he takes over.
His chest gets
with
ripped open.
The penthouse. Yeah, that one. And I would think episode 2 with the Time Lord villains. Those are my 3 favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, I like that. I like the also.
Actually, mine was the first one.
The first one?
Yeah, when Omni-Man was going after everyone.
Kills the Guardians.
Yeah.
Kills the Guardians?
Yeah.
Because
that's what caught my eye. That's what was like, whoa, what the fuck? That was intense. I was like, did I really watch that?
Yeah, she was like this, and then what happened? She's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I was like well, watch. That's what's happening. I was like, but yeah, I mean, it set the pace. Hooked. Well, it showed you like it's not your typical superhero movie show. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. That epilogue scene. It was like you're in for a ride. So it was like it was good. But yeah, the Titan one was awesome, and that's voiced by the new Blade. I can't remember his name right now.
Mr. Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Oh, he's the voice of Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too many guys that they got to cast on the voiceovers that like I can't keep track with all these actors that they pulled.
Amber is Domino from Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was just. I mean, I like Zach. Quinto, Zachary Quinto, because he's like the super villain from Heroes. So it's kind of like that kind of cameo kind of thing, or Easter egg. That robot, the voice was what was his name in Heroes?
He was Sylar.
Sylar
was
Sylar in Heroes. Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
God, that was such a good show that went nowhere.
Yeah, it dipped after season 2. I think what was the thing? It was about the writers and they had a writer strike.
Yeah, something happened. It was that was such a popular show for a season, and then it was like
they tried to revive it and it did not.
Oh yeah,
They actually got some other people from Walking Dead on here too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
A lot of people, yes. All right. Well, Steve Ewan.
The Guardians of the Galaxy were all voices too. Mostly like Lauren Cohan from Walking Dead was the Wonder. I don't know. I forget them all, but a lot of those first characters were some Walking Dead people that just got killed right away. But yeah, there's a pretty good cast list. I think impressive for them to get to. I mean, Kirkman clearly good job on his part, and everybody else involved.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's so fascinating that they chose Thursday as the lineup day to air these episodes, which I would never have thought like Thursday would be a hot day to release a series like this. Like Friday.
Well, I mean, it's the same. I mean, they're going against Disney, which is kind of crazy.
This is true. I mean, that could be a calculated.
But they're doing it
that.
earlier. I think it's kind of smart because they're doing it sooner. So while you're waiting for The Mandalorian or whatever, you watch this or Boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a brilliant way to sort of, while you're up, catch this and then stay up or don't. I wish Disney would do what they're doing because they at least they drop it a little earlier for our time zone and don't wait till it's fucking midnight, which is so stupid.
So hold up. I'm sorry. I'm lost. This aired on Thursday?
Yeah, this show premieres every episode on Thursdays.
Well, damn, we should do a watch party on Thursday on this.
Next season.
I'm just saying. I thought it was Friday because I was doing before I was doing.
We didn't know. I'm usually streaming with the Dawn on Thursdays, and we thought it was midnight, but no, they actually drop it earlier now. We've learned.
Mm-hmm.
So usually by the time we're streaming on Thursday, someone's like, "Oh, the episode dropped," and we're like, "Don't spoil." But it's nice that they at least do it.
Yeah.
In the not 3 o'clock in the morning our time for fucking Disney Plus does.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, because my Friday mornings was before doing this. My Friday mornings was the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, and then Invincible. So I was like a kid.
WandaVision.
Yeah. So
wow, see, after Falcon and this, I'm just like WandaVision's so low on the list.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy how so many people
still love
like Wanda. I mean, granted, I think Wanda had a nice it was like this. I mean, granted, it was like this at first in the first 3 episodes. Then it started going like this, blah, 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 and then it took off. Where the Falcon was like going off here, and then the last episode kind of teared off, in my opinion, a little bit. In that sense, where the Wanda was like, and then it went nice, and the Falcon was like, and then it kind of fell a little bit.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The finale to Winter Soldier was not as stellar. I mean, we got 2 cool costumes, is really what the term. And some preachy monologues.
And we got the Bad Batch coming on Tuesday.
Yes.
So I have those, by the way, Don. Are you watching Clone Wars?
Yes, we're gonna watch the bad. I already watched Clone Wars, so I'm caught up on that. But we're gonna watch Bad Batch. Oh, so
well,
wait,
you
got the
I'm saying off the record, if you want to see it early.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
I have those.
No, but
what? Okay. I'm not excited because I just haven't seen Clone Wars yet. But I have the first 2 episodes, and they're just embargoed until the day they release.
I mean, technically,
if you want to wait, you can wait.
Yeah, what was it? It's only like 2 or 3 episodes that they do in the last season that introduced Bad Batch.
4.
It's 4 episodes altogether.
Because in the last season they do 4 episodes of the Bad Batch. Yeah. They do 4 episodes of Ahsoka, and then 4 episodes of where it ties into Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Where Ahsoka and Rex.
Yeah.
It's like that. So
really the first 4 episodes.
Can I just watch the last season of Clone Wars and be good, or do I have to watch it all?
No. Yeah, I would say the last season you should be good.
Yeah.
Because the Bad Batch is only the first 4 episodes. Am I really going to miss a lot?
I'm never going to get to it, but if I'm just watch the last season, is that like the best?
Just watch the first 4 episodes in relation to the Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where they're introduced in the first.
But do I need the rest of Clone Wars to understand those first 4 episodes?
Not so much.
No.
I mean, they explain that they do actually a really good job of recapping the story, like what happened previously.
Yeah.
Like in the intro of it, I would say no. I mean, I can watch it again this weekend, and I'll give you my opinion if you really need to. But I don't think you do, because when I watched it, I hadn't watched Star Wars Clone Wars in years, and I just watched it and kept going. So,
but they may do like they did it for in Disney Plus. They did it for Ahsoka, where they just put like the Clone Wars, like her main episodes. So they may do the same thing with the Bad Batch. Like these are the essential episodes to watch from the Clone Wars. They may do that like this weekend in preparation for the premiere on Tuesday. So
interesting. I mean, they should. Yeah. Plus, I thought fans were also annoyed because I didn't realize Clone Wars wasn't in chronological order. but I've heard fans are getting more annoyed. They're just asking Disney to do that, which it's like, why wouldn't you? That would make more sense, right? Because the show's
And
not,
then
from what I'm told, it's not in chronological. The timelines jump around as you're watching the show, which sounds frustrating.
no,
If
I
it's,
don't
it's
think
harder, I find it harder to keep up with the movies, like watching the show. It's a filler for the between the movies, like what happens in between and during the movies. So depends on the perspective in that sense.
right? Because
Yeah, because but the show itself was fairly consistent, if I remember correctly.
yeah,
But yeah,
it is.
it's of
'Cause
the prequels, the show was way better. It does have a lot of filler as a whole,
it takes place between episode 2 and 3,
primarily.
so that's the thing. And then they also have Rebels, which takes place between
3 and 4.
yes, 3 and 4, Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. It takes place
Yeah.
between there. So it's like you don't. So, but that's another.
New
that's,
Rebels you don't need to watch for Bad Batch. But basically, the concept of Bad Batch is you have your troopers that are clones, and they're the unique troopers. They're the variants. So you have like one guy who's like super strong, one guy who's super intelligent, one guy who's like a marksman, and then one guy who's like the born leader kind of situation. They're augmented, like test subjects, and they're just used for the missions that no one else will do.
Have fun.
Yeah.
All right, now Kim has to leave, so let's talk about her. No, oh, I'm kidding. No. So yeah, the Bad Batch is gonna be. I'm gonna see how they do here. Is it Dave Filoni? So he did that too, right? Yeah.
I think so.
I mean,
I would hope. I don't know actually. Did he do it?
Dave Filoni has been like in charge of a lot of the animated series from Star Wars.
Right, but is he busy doing the live action now? It's a good question.
Was doing live action. Yeah.
Well, the Bad
He's
Batch
probably
is
a
still
producer
animated,
on it.
right?
It's still animated. Yeah, it's still animated. But he comes from Avatar. Dave Filoni came from Avatar, which was another
He
great
directed,
series.
I think, some of them or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and produced some of them. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, I can't. I'm not. I think he did this one too. But I know because Mandalorian is just him and Jon Favreau just they have their plates full with a live action show. But are they? Is he also involved in the book of Boba Fett? Or is
Yeah,
that-
I think it's him and Favreau, but Rodriguez is helping them with that one now. Rodriguez is coming back to follow up, and they said is going to be a fellow producer on it because I think they have so much going on now. They need more people to like step in and oversee while they're overseeing from afar. I imagine Filoni's just doing that with Bad Batch. I'd be shocked if unless he wrote the pilot or something, but there must be another showrunner or team that's helping him oversee that, given how much they have on their plate. I'm curious. I don't know. I can't look it up. I'm on my phone.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. He's got the Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars. Yeah, he is. He's the executive producer of one of the episodes, not all of it.
Okay.
So yeah, he's definitely gonna be part of it. I think it's on episode 1. He's gonna be a part of it. So
Well, if he's doing episode 1, he's in the executive producer for the whole season. That's how it is.
fair
Just
enough.
get the credit in this like that. So yeah, it's kind of
But yeah,
weird. Yeah.
but I digress.
Where's my drink? Damn it! I'm done with my drink. You said it.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Back to Invincible because this we get sidetracked a lot on my channel, Andy.
No, that never
That's
happens
fine.
in ours.
Never. We're concise.
That's fine.
I would say okay. In regards to Invincible, I'm gonna say my favorite character is actually I'm stuck on the mom. I love the mother character, Sandra Oh, like low key like was a shadow that was running in the background of the show, but like she had very powerful moments, like stepping up to Superman moments, and then like holding strong. I love her as a character. Action wise, yeah, there's other characters I would choose in any day in a week, but as far as like emotional characters, I think her character was very good. I'm just saying that out there.
I agree. I mean, also what I liked here that like the actors who did the voices, except for those who are aliens, I mean, the actors were actually it's similar to their character. The mother and Mark, they're Asian
True.
descent. The other Amber, black. So is the character actress. Will, a gay character. The actor who played him is also gay. It's just I kind of dug that. It wasn't like a straight guy acting gay or a white woman acting black for Amber's like that. We've seen that in other shows and
yeah, they don't let that happen anymore on cartoons. They've now made it's like a law in Hollywood now.
Yeah.
Ever since Apu.
Yeah, the whole Simpsons thing, or
right.
Like you can't do it now.
I just find that a little refreshing, because I mean those actors are legit actors. I can't remember his name, but he's from the Book of Mormons and was it Girl on HBO? Was it called?
Yeah, he's the one that's not Josh Gad.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
But you know what's good about what you're saying?
Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
They've chosen actors in that category and whatnot, but they didn't throw it down our face, like down our throat. And that was always been my biggest thing. Like, fine, you want an actor that represents this way, and you want people that look this way. Cool. Don't throw it down, and just say like, here, look, see, this is what we did. We brought these kind of people here, so you can do this. Like, that's offensive to me. And no, I rather like discover that and be like, oh, that is nice, that is awesome, that we can tell that, and we can get that tone, and like those, and they can portray it naturally out of that. That's great to me. And so that's wonderful that they did that in this show, that they picked actors and they chose voice actors, and they didn't really emphasize like, we did it for this reason. For all I know, they chose these people just naturally because these people actually were good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Besides, also J.K. Simmons, dude, super dad of the year. Like,
Superman of the year in the sense of acting skills. This guy, J.K. Simmons, whatever he does is like, I'm sorry, I just love everything he's done. I don't think he's done one bad role. Whatever I've seen him in. I mean,
even in those farmers insurance commercials, he crushes it.
Yeah,
we are farmers. Dun, 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 dun.
He's just, he had to, I mean,
he's solid, and he looks like J. Jonah Jameson from the comics. It's kind of crazy,
yes.
Right? Yeah,
it feels like someone was like, "We got it. Could we get him? Do you think he'd do it?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah!"
But Omni-Man,
and what's so weird to me is I keep seeing Tenzin from Korra, because I'm watching that right now. The Korra,
Right.
The Legend of Korra, which is the follow-up to Avatar, because he plays Tenzin, like the Aang's grown-up son. And it's just the complete opposites. You're watching like, leader of the Airbenders and all peace and whatever, and then you have this Omni-Man who's just completely like, rah! It's so great to see it, and they sound the same. He's hard. He doesn't really like change his voice. Like it's J.K. Simmons, but he's still different. It's fun. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. Like Omni-Man does look like J. Jonah Jameson.
In the comic.
He does in that sense, like the mustache and the hair with the grays.
I'm sure Kirkman or someone was like, he looks like, can we get JK? I'm sure that was part of it,
Probably, yeah. This is a great show. I mean, I just wonder what they're going to do with the live action. How they're going to change it. Not just for the violence, because I mean, they're going to have to tone it down. Or maybe they won't.
What 2-hour part of exactly? What 2-hour part of what we just saw do you focus on? I'm with you.
Do you focus on like the first episode and let that be your first movie, or do you combine like a couple episodes, like for the story arcs? Because there was several story arcs that was in this, just for the 8 episodes. Like, actually a lot more than several, but like they just condensed and focused on some other ones. So
do they make it a trilogy? Like like they used the first one as to.
And will the movie be rated R? Because listen, when he's talking to his son, he's like, and you saved him for what? So he can just die in 50 years? And he just grabs a guy's face and crushes it? That alone, I think would be a R rating.
Well, that's what, I don't know how you get the money. I mean, Seth Rogen's making it, and he makes R-rated stuff. So I don't know how, I don't think they would do it if they couldn't do it the right way. So I have faith they're going to go dark. And honestly, I think that's their advantage. Like, I haven't seen a movie like that. And it's like, if this cartoon does well, I think it'll only help. And yeah, but I part of me thinks you don't do the reveal in the first movie.
Right.
I think I got why they did it for the series, and it's like they have a lot because they can take their time with it. But I think if you're doing a trilogy or a movie, you'd pick one. I mean, I would do episode 2. I would mix 1 and 2, and take out the reveal, or tease it at the end, if anything.
Or
And
maybe
then
do
that's what I
like
would start.
in the
Well-
comic where they die off camera.
No, I mean
Well-
you could end the movie with that finale. I guess you could do the tease like the movie does. I think it's a little bit like or after credit. You just do the after credit similar, but I don't know. I think you focus your movie on meeting Mark, the family, and you throw a challenge at him as he's trying to be a superhero. And I think that episode 2 with it's such a weird. I don't know. There's some really fun sequences. Like I think you could combine 1 and 2, and obviously change some more stuff. But I think there's I don't because what other story could you do unless you went straight into the Guardians plus stuff. I don't think you just rush through that in a movie. You'd have to address it. It's a 3-act movie usually. You know?
The Guardians. Well, the Guardians in the book happens a lot later.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens so fast. It doesn't happen in like 2 issues. It's like a lot later. It's just it'll be interesting. But the thing is that we have seen violence like that in live action. If you remember Toxic Avenger,
Mhm.
We were talking about that last night.
Yep.
the violence of that was like not similar
With
to
trauma.
what we saw here, but it's just But again, that
But
was
it's kind of because I love Trauma. I did a Trauma movie. Like it's cartoony violence though. It's like it's so extreme with its blood and stuff that it's sort of
well. I don't.
in a way.
Do you remember the one? Do you remember the one where the guy gets the it
weight.
was the weight on his
The
thing.
weight machine, yeah.
You see his head.
It's
Just,
insane. But then it's like
just
all
like,
goo.
yeah,
It's all goo and stuff. They love ultra slime. But yeah, no, you're totally right. And that's what you need in this. Like Trauma would make the movie, but that's why I don't know how it would be X-rated.
Yeah.
Violence can get you there.
But the thing is, they'll probably, or they did it with Kill Bill on the extended version, where a certain scene in the samurai scene it becomes black and white, so it doesn't become NR or X, whatever you want to call it. They made that part of the scene just black and white to not see the blood so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one I think of is Hacksaw Ridge. Have you watched that one with by Mel Gibson?
I haven't had a chance to.
It's a while ago. Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking bloody, and it's all wounds and people dying. It's war. So it's
Right.
like, to me, I would compare it to a war movie, and that's the first one I can think of that's really goes there when he's at the end of the movie with Andrew Garfield. So I mean, I think limbs are being pulled off and shit, and I think that's R. So I mean, you have to. I don't think you can go crazy, but you have those moments where he rips the arms. Like you got to do a scene where he saves a lady and she's just all blood mess, and he doesn't do it.
And the thing,
Like those moments you have. But I'm just talking overall plot point. What plot
Right.
point would you guys pick for the 2-hour movie?
I would leave Robot's plot point out at the end there.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
not-
say
that's not needed.
we could do earlier, like if we're doing a little bit more closer to the comics, the invasion from the dimensional aliens comes in later. He actually meets the team early on fighting the Mauler brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And then so they could focus on that, and then there was maybe him fighting Titan and trying to take on Machine. No, that's gonna be later on.
That's a whole nother movie. Yeah, I don't even think you could. That's the problem. Like you have 6 hours to do a trilogy.
Yeah,
Like, and they had 8 hours to tell just season 1. I don't know how you fucking make a movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Now that I've seen it and there's so much to it. I mean, I don't know what the plot is. It's a superhero high school movie is what you do. It's Superman. It's Spider-Man with blood.
this is why I'm not a writer. I can't come make these decisions and say like, okay, if we take this storyline and put it here and just twist it here, it's difficult.
There's gonna be a lot will be sacrificed if you want to get like the first movie. If it's a trilogy, you want to make the first movie to really hit a home run. They're gonna have to make a lot of sacrifice. They can't make it as complex as they did here. Definitely not. I mean, what could he be doing? Could it be in the sense like he learns his powers and he's a high school kid going to college, and then as he's learning his powers, he runs around and he meets these killer cyborgs. Could that be it?
Because that happened earlier on in the comics too. Like He fights the Mauler twins. He meets Teen Team. He goes to the college shortly after that. That all happens well before the death of the Guardians and before like Battle
Right.
Beast and all that.
And does it go in a cliffhanger where his best friend finds out that he's invincible? Is like like kind of like how Aunt May with Peter, like what the
I don't think it's as epic. I think you have to do something we haven't seen before. And I think I don't think you do the origin. I think it just fast forward that shit. He's got his powers. He just got his powers.
Maybe like a flashback.
Maybe in a quick flashback scene or an intro scene, right? Like a montage, like to establish it. But I think get through that fast because it's not important.
Yeah, I agree.
Have the speech, and he's a Viltrum. You get that in a dialogue where his dad's. I'd almost start with the dad training him, and I think you do a father-son movie. And you have a challenge, like, because I'm trying to think of what's a scene where they have to both fight and the dad does save, but then you realize at the end the dad's not good. I think that's probably your 3-act structure of what you have to pick.
Or they do, in a sense, like you see Mark all bloodied, and then it's like a flashback of what led to that.
Oh, like the opening scene? Like he's in the hospital bed, or he's just laying on the ground bloody?
He's like on the ground bloody, and then like, it's like him, you hear him breathing heavy, like trying to, coughing, he's
spitting his own blood,
or drowning in his own blood, blah, blah, blah. And then we get, get a flashback of what, what led to that, him, be his father or another maybe Battle Beast or, something, that led him to be like one of his, near-death experience, maybe that could be
it's so hard because like you were even talking about favorite characters, and I loved what's his name, Darkblood, the demon. He was so cool.
He's actually a really cool character, and I love his voice actor. I can't remember, why do I forget all their names? But like he does great voiceover work.
Clarence Brown.
Yes.
Tom Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown.
Sorry.
He's from Shawshank. He's the guard.
He's also from Highlander.
He's in so much. He was one of the big guys in Mandalorian too, in season 1. Yeah, he's a really good character actor. Not enough people know him, but the demon. Does he? Is that possible? Do we see more of him, or is that dead?
Bro, you've read more of the books than I have, so.
Well, in the books after this, he's
Does he come back after? I guess because they did it differently in the books.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember because
Granted, he hasn't finished all the books, so I mean, it's
I
comics.
read,
no one
read,
truly dies in comics, except for Invincible.
He's a fun one to bring back. I hope they forget.
I like. He was. Well, no, it was just like starting the investigation before it happened. Like it was like happening. I'm just trying to remember because I'm into something else right now on that book. So it's just
yeah.
I don't know. So,
but because it's like you can't. I don't even know how you have him in the movie. I think you have to cut so many things, and that's why movies usually suck because you cut so much stuff. That's
I
like
think.
not
I think the movie will definitely focus on Cecil more than rather having Dark Blood. If they're gonna have any of those characters, Cecil's character will be in there. And some people were like, imagine Cecil being played by like Tommy Lee Jones or
awesome.
Or someone else said something. It was Sam something.
Elliot. Sam Elliott.
Yeah,
that'd be with the mustache. Or Sam
to play Cecil.
Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell.
Oh, it may have been Rockwell.
Rockwell.
But
Sam
like
Rockwell from Iron Man 2.
Oh no, Sam Elliott, the cowboy.
Sam Elliott's better. No, I'm saying they're both Sams can pull it off, but Sam Rockwell just won for 3 billboards or whatever it was, Oscar. They're all good. Sam Elliott's older though, but yeah, I mean Sam Elliott would be good. And he's awesome.
Someone in the chat said have John Hamm as Omni-Man.
I can see that.
I can see it.
I can see that.
Or do you just get J.K. Simmons and just make him a fucking badass?
No, listen, I've seen J.K. Simmons hit the gym. He is a badass.
Yeah, as he did it as for Batman, right?
For Justice League.
He did it for Justice League to be Batman, and like they just said, we're gonna put a trench coat on you. I would have been upset. I'd be like, no, man, can I at least roll up my sleeves?
No, but He lost a lot of weight. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
could
mean,
definitely pull that.
the movie thing fascinates me, but I would imagine you have to spread out all the volumes into a 3. So if you're picking season 1 as a movie, to me, you have to do something with father son. That's what the movie is.
Yeah.
So you have the son learning, challenged by the dad. The dad doesn't want to be part of the team. There's another team there. You have to introduce the Guardians, but then you have to have some big finale showdown where they face them all. But then at the very end, maybe that triggers why Omni-Man kills the Guardians, because he's like, you let what were you fucking doing? I'm sick of waiting. Whatever. You can quickly justify that. Why'd you kill him? And then, as Mark's on the high, audience sees the low, and then you could end it a similar way.
Can I share? Because I know why is in the book, if I can say, and the audience, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is when Mark comes out saying he has powers, Omni-Man is, he explains to why he killed him, is like because he wanted to take out in a fight, in a group fight, in a multiple person fight, you take out the strongest first. And the Guardians were the strongest team. So he wanted to take them out right away because he wanted to get him, because he thought he'll get his son together to take over Earth and prepare for his clan to come and take over Earth. So he wanted to get that team out, and that was his reason why he decimated the Guardians. That's what happens in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
I mean, it makes sense, kind of in the tone of how he was talking to Mark at the end. There, it's like, I didn't do anything until I knew you had your powers, and then that's when I started making my move. And that's how it is.
Like chess.
Mm-hmm. By the way, they also said I don't think this would ever happen, but Mecha said, just tell Cavill to regrow the mustache and be Omni-Man. Which would be hilarious and awesome at the same time.
That would be a great
I think he's sick of playing a dark Superman.
I don't know. Like, Omni-Man is the better dark Superman, though.
It's true. Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be such a fucking way to be like, fine, fuck you, I'll just do Superman. Let's really do it the dark way. I would watch the hell out of that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's that good of an actor.
I mean, I've only seen him in a handful of things. Like, I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's fine. I'm not dissing him, but I guess I don't know. It's not that hard to play. He just screams a lot. You need someone really menacing, who seems off-putting, but then can on a dime turn vicious.
Yeah, because Omni-Man didn't really yell that often. Like, he was more like very cool, very collected, and is only in the very, very end of their fight where he's starting to raise his voice to Mark, and that's another thing. That's another thing. I felt like that was a fatherly move, because I've had moments where like Dad will yell, but he didn't yell until the last minute, and then I'm like, that has weight to me.
Who yelled at you?
Save the yell.
Yeah, my dad.
Dad.
Back in the day, man,
yeah.
I got in trouble. You weren't around. I got in trouble. I got disciplined.
You need someone who also has, like, Henry is too young to.
I agree.
To play that. You need someone that is seasoned, aged, like that, and that has, father experience, that comes off of that persona of being a father, and with strength.
Oh, I got it. I got one.
Ooh.
Trying to think of like an old action hero that could be kind of fun to see him twist into this.
Mel Gibson?
Liam Neeson.
His voice definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely his voice, but he's
got the raspy voice.
He's pushing 70.
Is he 70?
They give him highlights. I mean, all the action he's going to do is with CGI.
He was in Wrath of the Titans or whatever. He might be too old now, but he's still kicking around.
No, he is, but I'm just, he'll probably.
It's kind of fun to see him be like, I could see him being like you're hopeful, right? You like him. He's the type of person I want because he's older. You believe him, you like him. He's very, open, but then he can just fucking turn on you. There's the Qui-Gon in him, but then there's also like the,
Mm-hmm.
I will find you. I will kill you. I could see him going dark. It could be fun.
Mecca, did you just nominate Tom Cruise for Omni-Man?
He would never do it.
I wouldn't even see it. Like, Tom Cruise?
It'd be fun. I'd watch the hell out of it.
Tom Cruise as Omni-Man?
Yeah, that
Like
was
he
a
just goes.
nomination.
It would kind of make sense. Like the Viltrum's kind of like Scientology, he's just like forcing it.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I can see
That
see
is
Tom.
true.
I can see Tom Cruise as Cecil.
Ooh.
I can see him. I can see him as Cecil.
No, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon is Omni-Man.
I like
Kevin Bennett is
Oh,
Omni-Man.
That's a really good
He's
one.
wearing he has a mustache now, playing a character as a mustache.
Kevin Bacon could totally do it. Yeah, he could
Dude.
play really
Wow.
sweet. But most
I
Kevin
can see
Bacon
that.
and totally.
And I like
totally
Kevin Bacon.
He did that in X-Men. He was a bad guy in X-Men.
Oh, he was awesome in that role. Oh my God,
Kevin
what?
Bacon's not a bad idea. That's a really good one, Kim. Yeah, that's Kevin Bacon could be sinister and lovable. He's got both qualities. That's you need somebody who can turn. Who seems in the beginning of the movie you think he's the good guy, and then you realize he's not.
Oh, yeah. No. I
that's
like
awesome.
that. That's a good pull, Cam. Win for you.
No, but were you calling for Tom Cruise for Cecil or for Omni-Man? What were you originally calling Kevin Bacon for?
Cecil.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
But Omni-Man works too.
But no, because right now he's playing a role where he's wearing a mustache. So when he said Kevin Bacon, I saw that mustache. I saw that. I was like, okay, yes, that'll be awesome. Well, who will play Black Samson?
Someone said Terry Crews in the chat earlier, and
That's true.
it's a little bit
I
on the
agree with
money, but I can see it.
But I'm also thinking the guy from One Night in Miami who played Jim Brown.
I didn't see
He
that
played
movie.
Yeah, he's also filming. He's also shooting the series with Kevin Bacon. So he'll be good. Who
I don't know.
played
Just get like how about just muscles on like Steve Harvey? That'd be good. I'm just staring at I'm staring at him. He's on my Family Feud box. I was like, wow, he'd be pretty funny.
Muscles on Steve Hart.
Who will play Amber?
I mean, you could get Zoe the Domino. She could do it.
Yeah, she can do
She
it.
could pull it off.
Although, you probably go younger.
Yeah, they go. Yeah, I was gonna say and also in that case, now
What about her? What's her face from Spider-Man?
Zoe.
Is that
Zendaya?
No,
Zendaya?
Zendaya. Yeah, but I don't know if she want to do the same thing. It's kind of like typecasting that way. She'll be the same kind of girl.
She'd be like the
I mean,
girlfriend.
I think all of them are they're young up and comers. It's depending on when they shoot it, because it's like Tom Holland, Zendaya could have totally worked in this. So they're going to want to find someone young they can work with for the next 10 years.
True.
Who will be Mark?
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, I think you pick a young up and some. I mean, there's so many. I mean, people I don't even pay attention more that are hot young actors that are up on the rise. You got to find somebody who's just going to be the good.
Yeah.
high school kid.
What about was that guy's name? Timothy from Dune. Am I saying that? Is his name right? The lead in Dune, the new one.
Oh, I know.
Google.
You've seen his movies recently. His name is Timothy. I can't remember.
You said Mel Gibson for Omni-Man. I can't stop thinking about it, but I don't think people wouldn't see him as nice. I totally see him as the vicious guy.
Yes. Well, yeah, he has that stigma that is never going to go away.
But he has that build.
He does. That's why.
He's
That's
too
why I
old
saw
now,
it.
though.
Yeah, but dude, you see like a recent picture.
He looks like Omni-Man now. I agree. Yeah,
he's jacked.
If we ignore the movie where he played Santa Claus, he does look like he's pretty jacked. Because I saw that movie, and even then he was pretty built.
And and what's his name was Cecil was in that movie.
Yeah, he played the hitman who killed Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Or tried to.
I mean, there's so many. You could really be creative with the casting. I'm sure there's so many people we're not even thinking of.
And would it be Asian mix?
I think that would be a smart decision because they were able to pull it off here and keep it.
Is he not Asian in the comics?
He is. He is. His mom.
Okay, yeah. Then I would say
I can't see. For me, I can't tell. And the way it's drawn, you really can't tell.
I thought.
If it's Asian mix or For me, I can't. It's
He's
just,
Asian Viltrum mix, clearly.
right?
That's all right.
No, I know. In the animated bit, in the comic book, it's like the way they draw him is very like ambiguous. You know, you
Yeah.
can't really tell. You know, it's like, so that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I thought I could tell. I thought the mom looked a little bit more. I could be wrong. But
I mean, here, yes, here in the animation, she did, yes.
Will Moore's Voodoo Child was wasted on WandaVision. Too cool
Oh
for
no,
that show.
I got it. You know, I got Omni-Man now.
Go ahead.
George Clooney.
George Clooney.
Oh, you talking about
Bulk him up, and then I'd love to see him go evil. He's never had a chance to play evil before. Or you could go Brad Pitt too.
I mean,
They're old now. They're both old now. Is why
yeah, but
I like
Omni-Man, it's like that older, still looking.
But I can see
Have you
how
seen George Clooney recently? He looks like Omni-Man. He just needs more muscle.
Especially that movie he did for Netflix with the beard and.
He's not built, but if he got built, I don't know. I love to see like a classic act, like someone who you don't expect to be that to do the turn. I like it as someone we like, end up surprising and you bring him as the hero of the movie seemingly, and then
he's got the gray hairs, bro.
Snap.
But Brad Pitt, I can see also as Cecil with the hair.
Yeah,
I
could see him there.
With
Yeah,
the hair is like that. I can definitely see that.
I could see George. I could see it. If they used bulk him up a bit, or he put some size on him, I could see.
I don't know if Seth Rogen's doing it. It's gonna be like Jonah Hill as Cecil.
You know what else? You know what else could do it?
Which is funny. None of their voices were there.
Ooh,
Yeah,
like Franco.
a little bit. I bet you get some of them in the
Hill,
movie.
They'll probably be in the live action.
But okay, it'll be like typecasting, but I can't. Damn, what's his name? Thanos.
Oh, Josh Brolin. Yeah.
Josh Brolin.
As Omni-Man, I can definitely say he can get to that voice where he's serious. Then he'll change it as the happy father, but he's like.
I can see him with the mustache.
Oh, dude, yes.
Mm-hmm. And he's got the build.
Yeah, from the Deadpool, you saw how jacked he was. That would be awesome as well.
So there are definitely some good candidates, I would say, out there.
For live action.
But for a live action, finding the young star to play Mark is probably going to be the most difficult part, I would say. If they can get a young up and comer like they did with Spider-Man, and like who will just embody the role, I think that would be great.
I just think the movie has an uphill battle because it's like I just don't think it's going to be as popular out the gate, and it's so expensive. So I'd be shocked. But now on the day of streaming, someone would probably just buy it. And if it's really good for Amazon, I could see Amazon throwing a ton of money to try and have the big franchise. So it'll be interesting to see because they just bought I think it's the Tomorrow War is coming out on Amazon.
Oh, that's what
the Chris Pratt movie. That's apparently every studio is jockeying for it.
And today was Creed. His movie came out today too.
Oh yeah, Without Remorse. I saw it on there too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, Amazon has money. Like they have so much money, and if they just thought this was they could fund this.
And that's another thing. This is probably going to be
zero taxes.
This is going to be like Amazon Prime only movie, right? That they're going to do.
Well, what's amazing too is if no movie has done it yet, but like fuck the rating, just fucking do it for streaming.
If they do, oh yes, if they just do it for Amazon, and
just do a streaming movie and know that, and do a mature movie and just call it mature and say that, and I would even up the warnings on it, like the goriest film of all time, and embrace it, dude. It would fucking destroy. No one's done it. Like reinvent the wheel and give us the Marvel movie with all the gore and blood.
It'd be the new
written by
RoboCop.
Seth Rogen. Like it's
but
on stuff.
I think too many people will compare it to the Boys.
They compare it to the Boys now.
The movie, but
they have the Boys. I mean, the Boys is on there, so it makes sense to add it to that catalog. But I mean, I'm saying like big budget. You've never seen a movie like this. Boys is in a movie. You could do a whole marketing campaign. And it's like we didn't even rate it. It's come see. I'm surprised they didn't just make it. I mean, you could make the live action series of this would be so fucking expensive. It would never end. So I see why they would make a movie.
Mm-hmm. Because you have to do a lot of CGI, and that's a lot.
But a lot of the deaths too, like it will be off screen where you have to imagine kind of like Quentin Tarantino style. You imagine the violence, you hear the voices, you hear the screams, you hear the bones cracking, but then you kind of imagine, you know, something what he did with Reservoir Dogs. This guy's getting his ear cut off. You don't see it. You can just imagine the pain and the blood and all the gore from it. So a lot of stuff you'll probably like see, like you'll, instead of seeing him actually punch through a guy, you'll probably just see him punch, and then you'll see a bloody fist, but you don't see him going through the body. But you imagine that he went through the body.
Sort of like the menage a trois where you didn't really see it, but you heard it.
Oh, that with duplicate.
Yeah, with a duplicate.
But
right. So,
I mean,
my phone's dying. I gotta go.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
the conversation going.
I'm gonna let you go, Andy. Thank you for
inviting
joining
me
us.
you got it.
Good to see you guys. Angel,
Same
good
here.
to see you. Very
Take
fun
care.
to watch. Hopefully we can do it again, but keep
Yes.
going. Very good conversation.
Oh, what are we gonna do for Sunday? Are we watching something for Sunday, Alan?
Yeah, I'll come up. I'll gotta check the list of where we're at. Andy, I'm gonna let you
Okay.
go so you don't lose your battery.
Later, man.
And
Good to see you guys.
it's been a
Bye.
blast.
Take
man.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, so let's figure out for Sunday because yes,
You did. You get. I voted.
you
So
did.
what was it?
Can you switch it back to the weather?
Well, you know what? I should have made it so that you can only make one vote because people were like multiple votes and it was just tying. And let's see. So we had a 4-way tie amongst 6 titles between Gargoyles, Tick, Jean-Claude Van Johnson, and the Nevers. All 4 was tied. And
I'm sorry.
he cheated. He saw the Nevers, and I'm like, why?
I didn't know it was. I
option.
didn't know it was on the thing, but I saw it. Guys, is by Joss Whedon, and you love him or hate him. I don't know. I'm sorry, but it is slow.
All right, so
I had. Well, I'm just saying.
let's do
I had
this.
I had multiple times to check the time. How much longer? How much longer? How much longer? Because it's like an hour a show, an hour an episode. Excuse me.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's so boring.
Okay.
Sorry.
Guys, put a 1 for Gargoyles, 2 for Tick, 3 for John Claude. And I'm gonna, by process of elimination, leave out Nevers. I'm sorry. So, if you want to see Gargoyles, 1, the Tick, 2, or 3, John Claude Van Johnson. We'll put it in the chat. And this is just so we can have a fun day of like watching stuff.
What is it again? What is it again? What?
But Gargoyles?
Gargoyles
1.
1.
Mm-hmm. The Tick, 2, and John Claude Van Johnson, 3. Because we're
So there's
definitely
only-
gonna be watching.
Only 3 choices.
We're definitely gonna be watching
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch, and I may do a separate day for Castlevania because I want to see Castlevania. That starts on May 13th.
Okay.
It's just my thing.
Okay. How many seasons is Jean Van Vliet after?
It's only 1 season.
I vote for 3. Let me
And
put
it's
it
a relatively short series.
So here we go. I put 3. I should
And
enter.
Bunda's 5. All right, so we got 2 2s, 1 3. Bunda, a 5 doesn't count, my man.
You know Bunda's trolling. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
he's
no, I
trolling.
know.
He's trolling.
So Jean-Claude Van Johnson, just to let you know, is a total of 6 episodes. And
Yes, Timothy Chalamet. Thank you, Timothy Chalamet. That's what I was thinking about.
And yes, Mecca, I'm probably going to do a day where I catch up on Castlevania, which if I am, I'm going to just announce it to you guys. But I'm a big fan of that one. And then let's see here. But it's like, nobody vote for Angel's pick.
Yeah, I know. Haters gonna hate. That's okay.
Yeah. Wait,
Haters gonna hate.
I may have missed this. Idris Elba? You said Idris Elba? For
Not me.
For Black Swan? Oh, no.
Mecca
Mecca
did.
said for Black Swan. Black
Black
Swanson.
Swans. Is someone hungry? Is someone hungry?
You let me stop you right there, son. You had me at me tornado.
But he's done so many comic book movies related movies. It's just, ugh.
Idris Elba.
Oh yeah, he's done so many comic book related ones.
True.
The Dark Tower, The Losers.
He could be the new Omni Man. Just make Omni Man black.
He's the new James Bond. He is.
So, well, I mean, so far number 2s are in the lead comparatively.
Okay.
So,
so far it's just 2.
Just 2, and you're 1 vote.
That's fine. But there's like 10 people watching, so how come they didn't? No one else is voting.
This is fair. This is a group chat, people. You must participate. But I mean, I'm not ashamed to watch The Tick also, because it was the Prime version of The Tick.
So what? That's 2, right?
Yeah.
2 is The Tick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mark is ethnically ambiguous. That's fair.
Right.
That's
right.
It could be a
point. That's what I'm saying. I'm exactly. I was like, I couldn't really tell. So I mean, they made him Asian in this episode, in this series. Excuse me. I couldn't really tell in the comic, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm. So Mecca says, I feel with his mom being Asian, the demand for a half Asian actor would be there.
I mean, it doesn't really have to be half Asian. Just could be Asian, whatever. You know.
I mean, technically, like if you want to make the argument, his Viltrumite blood just overpowered whatever.
Yeah, but like there's mixes. Like for example, for Kim, her son looks a lot like her. Her daughter looks a lot like the father. So it's like it doesn't really, it's all good.
Just fair points.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, looking like we're gonna be watching The Tick, bro.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
All right, and then let's see. All right, so this
unlike Bunda, I'm flexible. I can go with the flow. So.
So are you flexible? Do you do your yoga?
Well, I don't. I don't have to. What do you call it? Stir the waters.
Oh.
What?
Well, me? I'm just saying.
Oh, you? You're like a witch above a cauldron.
Stirring the pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Bunda's just happy. He's like, you lost your vote.
I don't care. I'm okay. I can watch it on my own. It's all good. I put a vote in. At least I voted for an actual number.
This is true. Wait, Cho who? Will Morris. Like Cho would be a good pick.
Cho.
What?
Cho. Are we talking about for Invincible Cho?
Cho. Which Cho?
Who's Cho? We're just gonna say that for like repeatedly. Who's Cho?
No. Cho who?
Okay, so I figured I'll do my Invincible, like starting my stream on Sunday at noon, and then just power through that bad boy.
Or are you gonna rewatch? Or you can do a marathon?
I'm gonna marathon that bad boy.
Okay.
Well, for one is like I'm gonna see about powering through the books this Saturday, and then I want to like just rewatch it and then just how it feels as a binge. Oh, Margaret Cho. I have not seen her in years.
As what, the mother?
As the mom? Does she do like a good serious role?
She can, I know that.
She can,
but
she, I don't know.
But it'll be. She's of age. She's of that age, and it'll probably.
What about Michelle Yao?
No.
Too old?
No, because her accent.
Oh, you want her to be more Americanized. I got it.
Well, she is American. She's Asian American. So
Michelle Yao? I thought.
No, the character.
Oh yeah. No, you're right about that. Yeah, that's true.
And so.
Well, Sandra Oh does her voice.
Right.
So.
You never know. They could probably reprise they could probably do the live action version. She's up that age too, so yeah.
Bunda, I'm sorry I missed your Astro updates. There was a lot of blood being splattered on the screen, and it covered all your postings. At least on my end. Um, okay, and then so if you want to do like before, I figured by that time, by the time you join in, like if we
Me?
keep it, yeah, if we keep it at 8 o'clock, you joining in on Sunday, then I should be either done or just about done my marathon.
If you
Keeping,
start at one, if you start at one
if I start at 1, it's
on
8
your marathon,
episodes.
or you can
If I
start,
if I
start
if I was thinking starting at noon, but like maybe
yeah,
12:15 or 12:30 really, but
right. No, but there's 8 episodes, but they're not all an hour.
yeah, exactly.
They're 45 minutes here, and some are 47, some are 43, and then you're cutting out the credits, so it'll be less.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
you can do
I'm also
one.
taking consideration homeboy need a break.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I
like
know.
intermission
Uh,
has to be at least once.
okay, here's an example.
Bladder.
All right, I started around 4. No, I started around 5. Excuse me. Today, I was watching it myself. I started at 5 today, and I watched up to like midway of 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's before I joined with you guys. So you put that in consideration. 5, 6, 7, 8 to 9. That's 5 hours, but I got into 6.5. So if you did at around 4, if you did like, in comparison, you don't have to start at 1 or maybe around 2 or 3, you can watch straight through. Unless you want time to talk between each episode, then that's something else.
Well, at least time to like maybe talk if I want to talk, or like have a gap, or
Mhm.
maybe have a little bit of a gap between me and the next when I chime in with you. So I was expecting to have a little bit of a gap.
Oh,
Otherwise,
I understand.
I'm gonna power through and be like, "Here comes Angel, carry the rest of the show."
No. Bunda will not be happy if I did.
No, Bunda secretly loves you.
And what's there not to love? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
Kim, you could have
Yeah,
chimed in there.
I love.
Oh, what? Huh? What? Did I miss something?
It's all good. It's all good.
But that's my
Anyway.
cue. We've been at this for a solid, going on 3 hours. Yeah, maybe a little bit less. We started at 9, so it's going to midnight. I know it's
But
past your guys' curfews.
we started watching at 9:30 though. After 9:30.
This is true. Well, that was me. I gave you the opportunity for a recap, so you got us to that 9:30 mark.
Bad decision there. Bad, dude. That was a bad decision.
I did say as quickly as possible. As
Bad
quick. But no, this was a fun episode. A
Amazing
lot,
episode.
fantastic. I think right now, this is my favorite season, or no, not favorite season, favorite show of the year so far. Considering what has come out comparatively to like last year in 2020, I love this show in between the two, which is pretty good. I mean, they have a lot of competition in the sense that everybody's now streaming and doing stuff online. But on that note, I'm excited that I was excited last week for season 2 and 3. I am super excited now that we have a conclusion, because they ended it in a way that makes me wish that I could continue going, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, there's a lot of material. There's a lot of material they can use.
exactly.
So, and I'm just curious how they're going to approach it. Are they going to approach it, make it season 2 as Mark the focus point, or will they do a flashback look of Omni-Man, or the mix where they're kind of like present and the past of like kind of like Godfather 2, where Mark in the present and then Omni-Man in the past, what he dealt with, him growing up, his raising. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it'll be kind of cool, or will they just continue following the path as the comics?
Yeah. But
That's nice.
on that note, guys,
This is another shirt. That's another line here. It says a lot.
On another note,
well,
drink up.
just add that
I
to the drinking
digress.
game. I digress. I
Mhm.
note.
On that
I'm
note.
gonna have shirts printed out of these things, of my common phrases that I don't realize I say, but I actually do all the time.
Mhm.
I don't
Hey,
want
that's
to keep
what we're
I don't
here
want to keep
for.
everybody up too late, but it's been a blast, and thank you to everybody that's joined. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Angel. You
It
know,
was our pleasure. Even though some people didn't like me, I like them. Not really, but I appreciate them. I'll say that.
I appreciate you too, and I appreciate them too. Um, guys, do you want to close out this wonderful session?
No, you can take it. Take it away. It's your show, buddy.
Fair enough. I like to share the opportunities. By all means, everybody follow Angel in social media. He's the film combatant. You can find him on Instagram. Did you start like anything else besides that?
No, right now I'm just feeding off of you.
That's right. But you could also follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook. We're barely on that one, but we're also on our YouTube. We're gonna do some new shows for watch parties, but we have some D&D, and we do anime reviews, and we do live game streams now on Wednesdays. So if you want to see us get terrified, we're now playing the game Devour. I screamed like a little girl a couple times. It was pretty, bro. It was bad. It was bad. No, it was bad.
Why was Bunda there? That's why. Is that what happened?
I know Buna chimed in when I was playing Valheim, and at one point I was practically ready to rage quit. I was so frustrated, but he missed me screaming, and like it got me. The game got me, and it's a cheap game, but it just does a good job. But I'm trying not to say it. I was almost gonna say it. Just to bring it back home.
Okay.
Guys.
Oh, you're about to say. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Guys, you know my saying. Continue watching anime, expand your minds, and just be excellent, everybody. Have a great one.
Take care,
Good
guys.
night.
Are we done yet? Are we done? Is that it?